Did you know diamonds aren't the rarest or most expensive gems? Their status as precious is largely due to clever storytelling and market control, not inherent rarity or value. In the gem world, precious is defined by rarity, demand, beauty, and trust. It's a market outcome, not a moral label, influenced by origin and certification. Diamonds weren't always the automatic engagement stone. The modern tradition was heavily shaped by advertising, especially the "A diamond is forever" slogan, popularized in the late 1940s, which fused diamonds with romance, permanence, and status. Then came supply discipline. Historically, a dominant middle layer of the industry helped manage how much rough entered the pipeline, often by stockpiling and carefully releasing supply to stabilize prices. Economists and business historians describe this as cartel-like market organization through centralized selling structures. Here's the pipeline in plain terms. 1. Mining produces rough stones. 2. Rough gets sorted by size, quality, and characteristics. 3. Cutting and polishing converts rough into saleable gems, often in specialized hubs. 4. Trading happens through dealers, exchanges, and tenders. Then, stones move to labs for grading and reports. 5. Retail adds brand, service, and margin. Diamonds have more standardized grading and a deeper price benchmark culture than many colored stones. For diamonds, value hinges on the four C's: cut, color, clarity, and carat weight, popularized through global grading standards. When people say diamond market, they're really talking about a network of global hubs. Antwerp remains a key trading and services center. Dubai, through DMCC and the Dubai Diamond Exchange, has become a major trading and tender hub. Mumbai's Bharat Diamond Bourse is a major exchange and trade services center. Surat is the industrial engine where a huge share of the world's diamonds are cut and polished. Then you have Ramat Gan in Israel, New York's Diamond District, and Hong Kong, each playing a specialized role in trading and distribution. Now, what about diamond exchanges? In practice, these are often diamond bourses, organized trading floors, and industry associations where professional members transact under shared rules. Many of the major bourses worldwide sit under the umbrella of the World Federation of Diamond Bourses, or WFDB. So when you hear names like Dubai Diamond Exchange, Bharat Diamond Bourse in Mumbai, the Diamond Dealers Club in New York, or the Diamond Federation of Hong Kong, these are institutional nodes in the global wholesale network, helping provide trading venues, membership governance, and dispute frameworks. In diamond trading, benchmark pricing tools exist, most famously the Rappaport price list, often referenced as a market benchmark. But real transactions trade at premiums or discounts depending on liquidity, shape, fluorescence, make, certification lab, and current demand. Now compare that to colored gems. Many are rarer in high quality, and pricing is less standardized. So provenance and lab opinions can create major premiums. In other words, one exceptional stone can outperform many diamonds. Consider a few well-documented examples. Rare origin, prized velvety blue. Auction records have reached roughly $271,515 per carat for a major cashmere sapphire sale. To top rubies, notably Burmese origin in historic reporting, the famed Sunrise Ruby sold for about $30.03 stas m, roughly $1 M cents per carat at auction reporting. Paraíba tourmaline, with copper-bearing, especially Brazilian provenance, reported prices can reach up to $250,000 per carat for top Brazilian stones. Elite pieces have achieved multi-million auction outcomes. For example, the Hutten Medivani jadeite necklace famously sold for $27.44 at auction. The key point is not that every ruby or sapphire is worth more than diamonds. The point is that the upper end of rare colored gems can exceed the typical diamond market in both rarity and price. When people hear conflict diamonds, they often think of a single place, but historically the risk clustered in several hotspots. The major historic conflict diamond hotspots from the 1990s to the 2000s are as below. Sierra Leone, UN Action on Diamonds Funding Conflict United Nations. Angola, diamonds used to finance armed conflict. Liberia, transit Cossack sanctions era context. DRC, conflict financing risk, historic. Côte d'Ivoire, on prohibition on rough diamond imports, 205. Central African Republic, suspended from KP in 2013 after coup. In Sierra Leone, the UN explicitly linked diamond flows to fueling conflict, leading to sanctions measures and calls for certification controls. In Angola and parts of the DRC, diamonds were also widely cited in UN-era analysis as a conflict financing resource during periods of severe instability. Liberia appears repeatedly in UN documentation from that era as a transit and enforcement concern connected to regional diamond smuggling networks. Then in Côte d'Ivoire, the Security Council imposed a prohibition on the import of rough diamonds in 2005, explicitly tying illicit resource trade to conflict dynamics. And in the Central African Republic, the Kimberley process suspended the country in 2013 amid the deteriorating security situation after a coup, highlighting how quickly governance breakdown can turn gemstones into a conflict revenue stream. The consequences of conflict diamonds show up in two places at once, locally and globally. Locally, illicit diamond revenue can fund armed actors and prolong instability, exactly the dynamic the international community tried to break through conflict diamond restrictions and certification systems. It also fuels corruption, reduces public revenue, and leaves communities with the risks while others capture the profits. Globally, conflict diamonds contaminate legitimate supply chains through smuggling and laundering, increasing compliance burdens and damaging consumer trust in the entire category, not just one country or one seller. That's why traceability, documentation due diligence, and verifiable origin keeps moving from nice to have it to a real market requirement. Certification and treatment disclosure are where price integrity lives. Heating, filling, dyeing, and other interventions can drastically change value. For diamonds, standardized grading and lab reports help buyers compare stones consistently. Now the hard part, ethics. Conflict diamonds entered the global conversation because diamonds were used to fund violence in several wars. The Kimberley Process Certification Scheme, created in 2003, is an international trade regime meant to keep conflict diamonds out of the rough diamond supply chain. But the controversy is that the Kimberley Process definition of conflict diamonds is widely criticized as too narrow, focused on rough diamonds financing rebel movements against governments, which can exclude other serious human rights abuses that many consumers would still consider conflict. More recently, geopolitical risk has pushed traceability into the spotlight, especially around restrictions on Russian origin diamonds in G7 and EU policy discussions, which has increased focus on provenance verification and supply chain documentation. Conflict and abuse risk isn't limited to diamonds. Other gemstone sectors have faced scrutiny. Myanmar's jade trade, for example, has been tied by human rights organizations and major reporting to conflict financing, corruption risks, and dangerous mining conditions. The US has sanctioned Myanmar's state gems enterprise in connection with the military regime. Responsible sourcing is increasingly defined by due diligence frameworks, risk assessments, supplier policies, auditability, and transparent reporting. The OECD publishes a widely used due diligence guidance for minerals from conflict-affected and high-risk areas, and jewelry industry standards also reference due diligence expectations across diamonds and colored gemstones. We've explored the surprising truths about diamonds, their market control, and the ethics of gemstone sourcing. Understanding these factors is crucial for informed buying. By asking the right questions about origin, certification, and sourcing, you'll ensure your gems are both rare and responsibly sourced. If you want precious to mean both rare and responsible, ask,
do you have a lab report and treatment disclosure?
What's the stated origin, and how confident is it?
What traceability documents exist for the supply chain? If it's a diamond, is it natural or lab-grown? And how does that affect value expectations? Join us in promoting responsible gemstone practices. Share this knowledge and encourage others to ask the right questions when purchasing gems. Thank you for watching. Remember, your choices matter. Let's continue to learn and make informed decisions in the gemstone market.